Hi, everyone, and welcome to COM 116 Performance of Literature. I'm your professor, Dr. Julie Ann Scott-Pollock. I want to take a minute to orient you to the course. I know you found me by clicking the Start Here button. You can also activate your VoiceThread account today if you would like, although we won't be needing it for a couple more days. So that's up at the top in case you need to do that. If you already have a VoiceThread account, that won't be necessary. We're going to move first to your discussion board and your introductions. It's where you're going to let me know what you're hoping to get out of this course, as well as ask me any questions you have after you review the syllabus. Then you're going to move into the lecture for this first unit to open us up to what performance of literature is. The lecture is in two parts, so you have a natural stopping point, but you won't want to take the quiz until you've watched both parts. It's a timed quiz, and for that reason, you want to make sure you've gone through both lectures before you open it, because once you start it, you're on a clock to finish it within 10 minutes. So you have course readings, and these are organized by your units. It's the same link for every single section. So for this first introductory readings, you have these 3 readings right here, and then we'll move, and when we're into our prose section, there are your readings for prose. Don't be intimidated by how many there are for lyric poetry. Those are shorter readings as well as some poem examples. So don't worry about that. Even though it looks like a lot, it's still about the same amount of reading as the first 2 are. And then you are going to go to your discussion board to understand performance of literature through infographics. That's going to take you to the open access source Canva. And that's where you're going to create infographics for this course to show me your understanding of the reading. I want to take a moment here. There's this reminder, discussion board to response due. The reason why that's there is because I can't put 2 due dates on an assignment in Canvas, and we're moving really quickly, and I don't want you to miss anything. So those reminders you see are just going to bring you back to the discussion board so that you know what needs to be done for that day, even if you've already done your first post on the discussion board. Of course, you can always just follow the syllabus. Every single reminder is also in your syllabus. So you're going to move from there to performing prose. This is to prepare you for your first performance. It's going to go in the very same sequence. There's the lecture that you're going to finish, part 1, part 2. You're going to take a quiz, and then you will go to the prose readings, and you'll read the prose readings. You'll make your prose infographic. And then there's discussion board 4, which says translating stories from the page to the stage. That is where we practice the art of performing prose and translating a written piece into a performance. There's also going to be directions on how to do that through open access sources such as YouTube, and you'll just use your phone and your computer. So that is how it'll all work. You do have a VoiceThread activity. That's just where I let you do some practices in a low stakes environment. And there'll be a different one of these VoiceThreads for each of your performance preparations. I want to take you to pages. Just so you really know that here is your creating a Velphi video and uploading to YouTube directions. So for each of your 3 performances, you're going to have a self-recorded video that you upload to YouTube into a restricted link that only people who have the access to can view it. Now, if you already have a YouTube channel, or if you want it to be open access, you definitely can, but you just need to make sure that I am able to get the link, and your peers who are doing responses to you are able to get the link. And that's where that Velphi directions are. I also have here, in addition to your course readings, example scripts and performance. So here's a script for prose, script for intertext, a script for lyric, the 3 different performances. These are just script examples for you to get ideas. I also have prose performance examples, poetry, lyric performance examples, and intertext examples of other students that earned A's on these assignments for you to get an idea of what this looks like. Now, there's lots of ways to do this, lots of ways to get an A in this course. I want you to find your voice and your performance style. There's lots of different ways to do that, but students sometimes like to just see what this might look like, and these are some tangible examples for you. Also, under pages, here is your strong defense checklist, your strong script checklist. This is the defense is a small speech you give after your performance to tell me some of the different sorts of strategies that you used. It's included in the minutes for the minimum amount of time you can take on each assignment. You can always go over, you just can't go under. So there's a checklist for each of these that you can go through and just make sure you have everything you need for a really strong final grade. And other than that, the only thing I want to make sure that you are aware of is that you'll want to have what is called a round table rehearsal. And I'm going to just show you the one for lyric performance. So what happens here is you upload a practice round, and then after one day, you'll upload your practice video, and then you'll respond to videos that are also in this discussion board answering these questions. And that's how you give some feedback to your peers. And you will also be able to get some feedback so your final performance can be as strong as possible. And then you'll upload that final performance to the assignment. That's all I have here. If you have questions for me, reach out. Take care. I will talk to you a lot throughout these next few weeks.